share the totality of greatness. I thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Member. Honourable Gayton Malema.
Thank you very much, Speaker. Speaker, I would like to begin by sending our condolences to the families of the 14 members of the South African National Defence Force who recently lost their lives in the DRC. We cannot continue to refer to them through a number because they've got names. We salute Staff Sergeant William Edikola. We salute Staff Sergeant Molatley Ishmael Molatley. We salute Staff Sergeant Swatani Theophilus Seepe, Corporal Matumi Justice Malesa, Corporal Renae Namavulani, Lance Bombardier Itumeleng McDonald Moreo, Lance Corporal Tseke Moffat Molapo, Lance Corporal Metsi Stensley Rashishi, Rifleman Svatani Richard Chokwe, Rifleman Derek Maluleke, Rifleman Tsidiso Andres Mabele, Rifleman Calvin Louis Moari, Rifleman Muketi Joseph Mobe, Private Peter Jacobus Strido. The reckless deployment of South African troops in the DRC under the South African Development Community SADC mission in the Democratic Republic of Congo, SAMI DRC, which began in December 2023, was presented to us as a peacekeeping effort. However, the truth is that our soldiers are not there to maintain peace. They are engaged in a direct combat, fighting against the highly armed and strategically superior M23 rebels who are supported by the reckless president of Rwanda, Paul Kagame. Our government has deliberately misled the people. The reality is that our soldiers are fighting an enemy that has better weaponry, better resources, and better intelligence. While the rebels possess advanced military equipment, our soldiers are sent to battle without drones, without fighter jets, and without critical military assets. They are left vulnerable, fighting a war they cannot win, all because of the failures of this government. The recent M23 offensive on Goma has highlighted significant shortcomings in the South African National Defence Force deployment. Intelligence failures were evident as the SNDF lacked timely and accurate information to anticipate the M23 movements, leaving our forces unprepared for the assault. Coordination between the South African National Defence Force, regional allies, and the Congolese military was inadequate, leading to a fragmented response and over-reliance on local forces that quickly collapsed under pressure. The SNDF response can also be criticized for its sluggishness, allowing M23 to seize strategic positions before effective action was taken. Political considerations were often overshadowed military necessities, limiting our forces' effectiveness. Leadership on the ground also failed to provide clear directives, resulting in disorganized retreats and unprepared casualties. These issues culminated in tragic losses. For over a decade, we have watched as the South African National Defence Force has been systematically weakened. Budget cuts have crippled our military ability to function effectively. Aircrafts and helicopters that should provide air cover for our troops are grounded due to lack of maintenance. The government has neglected its duty to ensure that our soldiers are adequately prepared and equipped for combat. This is despite the fact that this deployment has cost our government 2.3 billion since it began. But it does not end there. The defense sector has been ravished by corruption. Officials at Denel have looted and mismanaged funds, selling South Africa's defense technology to foreign entities. This is nothing short of treason. At the same time, the Department of Defense has wasted over 250 million outsourcing IT services while ignoring existing in-house capabilities. This is a blatant theft of state resources, and it is our soldiers who pay the price. We must be clear, the deployment of our troops in the DRC is not about achieving peace. It is about sacrificing our soldiers for war that has no end in sight. This government continues to send them to die in foreign land, and when they do, their bodies are not even repatriated with the dignity they deserve. We are still waiting for the bodies, even after the Chief of Defense said the bodies will come the following day. The South African National Defence Force soldiers who passed away in the last few weeks have still not arrived home, with several delays being blamed, which is unacceptable. The families of these fallen soldiers are left waiting, grieving and struggling for answers. Our troops be brought home immediately. We cannot allow more lives to be lost in a senseless conflict while corrupt politicians continue to loot and mismanage our defense resources. Bring them back home now. This past weekend, South Africa participated in a joint SADC and East African Community Summit in Tanzania to discuss DRC crisis. We agree that there must be ceasefire, and we agree that the chiefs of the military must come together to create a clear passage of the ceasefire. Re role now baetapele ba ANC le rekisitse bana ba rena le re tsegisha ka matekere. Thank you.
Inkosi RN Cebekhulu.
Honourable Speaker, thank you for the opportunity. The Inkatha Freedom Party is profoundly saddened by the tragic loss of 14 courageous soldiers in the Democratic Republic of Congo. We extend our deepest condolences to their families, loved ones, and the entire South African National Defence Force. The IFP recognizes the vital role the SNDF plays in safeguarding peace and stability, both within South Africa and across the region. We commend their unwavering dedication to protecting our continent and fostering peace in the DRC. The recent escalation of violence and the provocative war-baiting rhetoric are deeply concerning and entirely unacceptable. The IFP unequivocally condemns such actions in the strongest possible terms. Furthermore, the IFP believes that South Africa should continue to play a strong role in promoting peace and stability among other African states, and that it should support the programs of SADC and the United Nations. Every effort must be made to find lasting peace through diplomatic engagement and negotiations. We must silence the guns. We, therefore, warn against an abrupt and uncoordinated withdrawal of peacekeepers in the absence of a commitment from all states and parties to ensure that lasting peace will be guaranteed. South Africa cannot afford another wave of influx of refugees and asylum seekers, which would be the case if the summarily withdrawal troops at a time of uncertainty, instability, and rise in hostility. Our presence in the DRC remains strategic for peace. Peace in the DRC means peace in Africa. With regards to South Africa's contribution to the SADC peacekeeping mission, we need an honest assessment of the state of the SNDF. At this time, we should caution against finding financial solutions to non-financial problems. The IFP will not prematurely call for an additional budgetary allocation to the department until a thorough assessment has been done. This has been witnessed by the findings by the SIO of how finances have been mismanaged in the department. Our position is based on the understanding that increased budgetary wrongly assumed to proportionally rise in defense capabilities, which is always the case. Despite the department's critical importance, some unpatriotic individuals shamelessly exploit and loot its budget. The IFP believes that it is time to devise a constructive plan the road ahead requires bold leadership from all sectors of our society to ease the anxieties of peace-loving South Africans. Ngqongqoshe sithi ayibuye imizimba yabafowethu nodadewethu swelakele kuleli yazwe. Ababuye bezofihlwa ezweni lesemkhulu ngesizotha nenhlonipho. Amaqhawe namaqhawakazi abeyodala ukuthula noxolo kuleli yalizwe lase DRC ukuze abantu bakhona bekwazi ukuhlala ngokuthula njengoba kwenzeka lapha nakwamanye amazwe. Izwe lethu iSouth Africa iyingxenye yamazwe abumbene ukudala uzinzo kanye nokuthula ezwenikazi lethu iAfrika. Umlando usibikela ukuthi iSouth Africa ike yaya kuleli yalizwe yaletha ukuthula eDRC kwaba impumelelo. Siyaphinda sithi dudu kwizihlobo nabathandiweyo babafowethu abalimele besebenzela emsebenzini wesizwe belaphana eDRC. Sengathi kungashesha ukubuyiswa kwezidumbu zabo ukuze imindeni isheshe igcine izimfanelo zokubabeka imizimba yabo phansi ngokuthula nesizotha. Siyathokoza.
Thank you very much, Honorable Kulu. Honorable Gayton McKenzie.
Honorable Speaker, from the Patriotic Alliance, we just want to give our deepest and most sincerest condolences to the families. But Speaker, I think this House, all of us, need to do some soul searching. We cannot be leaders. We are busy debating here while our soldiers are not back. The families of the ones that died must now watch on TV, hoping to get some information. There was no rush for this debate. This debate could have been moved until we got our fallen soldiers back, and then we can come here and speak about this. Speaker, this is not the time to point fingers. We have been humiliated. We have been humiliated. We have been humiliated. And we must teach people, when you kill a South African, there's consequences. We are sitting with the highest youth unemployment in the world. Let us use this opportunity and call for conscription, Honorable President, and bring our young people and train them. And while we train them, let us go and teach M23 a lesson. Let us go and kill those that killed our soldiers. I don't know, Speaker. These ones are talking a lot here. We need soldiers. You call yourself Commissar, you call yourself CIC, we need you there. There's people that we need you to go fight. We are tired here in Parliament of toy soldiers. We want, this is war. People are dying. You are calling yourself titles here. Go and fight. I will be one of the first to join the battalion to go and fight. Let us go and get our people, and you must follow me. Let's go and fight real fights, not this fake names of the army. I salute you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable the Minister of Correctional Services.